Today, we are going to talk about something really interesting, those weird, unwanted thoughts that can make you question your own mind. We're going to look at this through two completely different lenses, an ancient spiritual tradition and modern psychology, and you'll see how they connect in a pretty amazing way. Let's get into it. You know the feeling, right? A thought just pops into your head out of nowhere, and it feels totally alien. It goes against everything you believe in, and you're left just kind of staring at the ceiling, wondering, where on earth did that come from? That experience, that exact question, is our starting point. So first, let's go way back. This is not a new problem. For literally centuries, Islamic tradition has had a very specific way of talking about this experience, offering a framework for how to deal with these kinds of thoughts. And the term they use is waswas. It literally means whisperings, and it describes those thoughts perfectly. The ones that are intrusive, that just keep coming back, and that are so upsetting precisely because they attack the things you care about the most: your faith, your family, your core principles. Now, here's where it gets really fascinating. The tradition says these thoughts can come from two places. One is an external source, a whisper designed to make you feel anxious and full of doubt. But they can also bubble up from within, from our own desires, our habits, our nafs. And the big idea here, the thing that gives immediate relief, is this: that thought might not actually be from you. And this teaching is just, wow, it's such a massive psychological relief. It draws a super clear line in the sand between a thought and an action. It's basically saying, hey, that random thought that just crossed your mind, you're not accountable for that. It's just a whisper. What matters is what you do. It totally separates your identity from the thought itself. And get this is such a brilliant reframe. The fact that these thoughts bother you so much isn't a sign that you're a bad person. It's the exact opposite. It's considered a sign of clear faith. Your distress is like your spiritual immune system kicking in, proving that your heart is rejecting something that doesn't belong. It's a good sign. Okay, now let's hit the fast forward button and jump to the modern day, because it turns out that clinical psychology has been studying the exact same phenomenon, just with a whole different set of words. So in psychology, these are called cognitive distortions. You can think of them as bugs in your brain's software. They're just irrational thought patterns that twist your perception of reality, and they almost always end up making you feel worse. Let's make this real. All or nothing thinking is like you make one mistake at work and you think, that's it, I'm a complete failure. Jumping to conclusions, that's when your friend doesn't text back and you're instantly convinced they're mad at you. Emotional reasoning is, I feel anxious, so something must be wrong. And catastrophizing, that's when a tiny worry snowballs into the absolute worst case scenario. I'm guessing some of these sound pretty familiar. So, what's the fix? Well, the main tool psychologists use is called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. And the whole point of CBT is not to just passively accept these thoughts. It's to train yourself to spot them, to question them, and to consciously reframe them into something that's, actually based in reality. So we have these two massive frameworks. One is ancient and spiritual. The other is modern and clinical. They use totally different language, but this is where it all comes together. They point to the exact same incredibly powerful strategy. And there it is. That's the bridge. Whether you call it waswas or a cognitive distortion, the core idea is exactly the same. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices the thoughts. Their presence in your mind doesn't define who you are. And yeah, of course, modern psychology has a term for this. It's called cognitive diffusion. It's the skill of taking a step back and just watching your thoughts come and go, like clouds in the sky, instead of getting all tangled up in them and treating them like they're absolute facts. I mean, just look at how similar these strategies are. It's incredible. In the Islamic approach, you label the thought as waswas, an external whisper. In psychology, you label it a distortion, a faulty thought. The Islamic advice? Ignore it. Don't argue with it. The clinical advice? Sit with the thought without engaging. And both traditions use grounding techniques to pull you back to the present moment. It's the same playbook. Okay, so this is all really cool, but how do we actually use this in real life? When one of those thoughts pops up, what do we actually do? All right, here's a really good analogy. Think of that intrusive thought like a tiny, annoying dog that just won't stop yapping. It's just making noise in the background. Now, if you turn around and scream at the yapper, what happens? It just yaps louder. You're giving it exactly what it wants, your attention. So here's the game plan, and it's pretty simple, though it definitely takes practice. Step 1, just notice the thought is there. Step 2,
Label it. Ah, there's that yapper again. Or that's just a thought. Create that distance. Step 3, and this is the most important one, do not argue with it. Don't analyze it. And step 4, just gently turn your attention back to whatever you were doing.
So, if you only take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. The fact that you hate the thought is the ultimate proof that the thought is not you. It's an intruder. That feeling of disgust is the clear faith we talked about. It is the psychological sign that this thought doesn't align with your true self. That feeling is your superpower. And that's the question I want to leave you with. What would change in your life if you stopped going to war with your own mind every day? What kind of freedom could you find not by winning the battle, but by realizing you never had to fight in the first place? Something to think about. Thanks so much for watching.